What's up guys, Shuffle Gaming here, about to do my review on the season opener of Book 2 Spirits for Legend of Korra, and overall it was amazing. It was an hour and I was in it the whole time. I just hate commercials. Now, to start off, they kind of, showed what happened back, basically after season 1 was over, things that were achieved, what everybody's doing. Bolin, as we know, isn't doing anything. Mako, he's a police now, he's part of the police, under Beifong, trying to become a detective as police. Korra is still trying to master her avatar. She's really good at airbending now. She has it down. She can even do the rotation ball like Aang. You used to see him swag out on that all the time. But she's really cocky. And we also got to see another side of her since she's dating Mako, as we know. And she was on her period this episode. Well, more so not really episode, the season opener. She was just on her period. Ridiculous. Mad at everybody. Walking off. Too funny. Now, to start off, Tenzin is trying to train Korra, basically telling her she hasn't mastered airbending, and she's like, oh, well, look at this, showing off when she hasn't mastered it. She has a lot to learn. She still isn't in touch with her spiritual side, but as we know, Korra's too cocky, so she was born with all the elements. She never really had to work, so that's what built up her, ego. So, before going back to training, she's like, well, before we go to the South Pole or wherever, we need to have some fun. We're going to go back to my hometown for a festival. That's what they decide to do. A festival happens, in the water tribe and whatnot, and Qatar is there, everybody, we get to see them. We also get to see Tenzin's brother, Bumi, which retired, and then we get to see his sister, and all the rest of them, a bunch of Randys, just people we don't know. Also, I forgot to mention, who is it? Korra's dad's uncle, which is a very important part in this first episode. He is what gets everything turned around. He explains how Korra's dad is hiding a lot of things about, how he's trying to protect her. And Korra's the Avatar, so she really needs to know these things, which, truthfully, I feel her dad is not doing the right thing. I mean, her being the Avatar, she cannot be in the dark about things that is happening, knowing that she's the strongest being, there, supposed to protect the people. How are you going to protect somebody you don't know anything about? The spirits attacked the ship on the water, which was their people, and Unalaq, which is her uncle, was informing her on what's going on. So right now she's kind of twisted. She doesn't know what to do, and she's just like, well, she doesn't really like Tenzin as a teacher at this point. I mean, she feels Tenzin has taught her everything she needs to know, and she needs to step her game up to a whole nother level. So overall, they're going to eat. Korra and Unalaq is talking, going over things. You need to be on a whole nother level if you're going to be Avatar. I know what we need to do. I'm going to take you to the South Pole. He doesn't tell her about the portal yet, but basically what they're going to do is they're going to open up the spirit portal to help the southern light, how the northern light, and as they say, the spirits dance in the skies. That's going to be the same thing with southern light, except her dad basically ruined that by ruining the forest, which I'll get to later. So they take off. Korra tells Tenzin, basically, you can't teach me anymore. You're trying to keep me in the dark about things, and I need to go with Unalaq and learn so much more. And he knows what she needs to do since the winter solstice is about to take place. She takes off. Tenzin goes to the South Pole, or not South Pole, but I don't know, he went somewhere to one of the temples with his kids, basically saying, I need to get away. He was butthurt. I would be butthurt too. I mean, if a person that you treated like a daughter just decides to just up and leave you for an uncle, I mean, that you just, I'm not gonna say just met, but you don't know as close as me. I mean, I've taught you so much. I put my neck on the line for you, protected you during the mine, everything going on, and you just leave me like that, which I felt, in my opinion, was pretty messed up. Now, after that, they take off. Her dad, Tanrak, basically was like, I'm not going to let my daughter go by herself. It's not going to happen. I mean, if you're going, I'm going. We're just talking to Unalaq. He said, if you got a problem, then stop me. Then that's when the spirits attacked. And while they were going up to basically the spirit portal to the southern light, it was, they got pooped on. Because these spirits can change forms. I mean, it went inside of Bolin's, I guess it's not really a motorcycle, but vehicle, and busted it out. It was just overall sick. I mean, these spirits aren't anything to play with. Also, I forgot to mention, Korra can go to Avatar State at any point in time, and she likes to play with it a lot, but she's so more advanced than Aang is, which is why I like her so much. But yeah, let's continue with the main part. Now, while they're fighting, Korra's trying. Unalaq was the only one able to stop the spirits by putting them to rest, because he does these hand motions and basically makes them disappear, puts them to rest, and they go away. It's something that he's going to obviously teach Korra later on, and she's like, he was the only one able to do things. This is even making me feel more like I should be with him. Like, you know, nobody else can do this, so, you know, why not? Tenzin at this time did not take off yet. This was when they were about to leave, and yeah, even Tenzin couldn't do anything. Nobody except Unalaq. So I understand where she's coming from. I mean, she really needs to go with him, in my opinion, even no matter what, because that ability is very important for an Avatar to learn. After that, it's kind of like the decision's been made. She's saying, he's like, everybody's gonna take off. Bolin's like, you know, Bolin, Mako, they're not gonna leave Korra. And I don't remember Mako's ex-girlfriend, but forgot to mention this at the beginning, trying to fill in little details that I do remember. She is working with, you know, shipping with planes and whatnot. She uses Bolin to help her as assistant to move along further industries. And she really didn't play an important part. She kind of seemed sad, like she didn't like what she was doing. She missed being part of the Avatar team. But yeah, let's go on and talk about these spirits. Now, after taking off, we'll just skip past most of the things that happen and them just taking off, storytelling, to Thanrak. Now the reason why the spirits are attacking them is because her dad unset the balance between the spirits and, you know, the world. They had a forest where, back in the 100-Year War, where they were fighting the barbarians, Thanrak decided to lead them off to the forest. Well, not lead them off, but basically fought them off, and they ran into the forest, and Thanrak decided to lead him and his people to that forest to get the barbarians. They destroyed the forest in the process. The barbarians were captured, but I mean, come on, you ruined everything. I mean, that forest was destroyed. So he got banished. The spirits were very upset and started attacking things, and that's why he got banished, because it's like, you just upset a balance in the world, and now they're attacking us. I mean, was destroying the Water Tribe, and the head became his brother, Unalaq, which was supposed to actually be Thanrak's position if he didn't get banished. So Korra is even madder at this point. Like I said, she's on her period all season opener, and she was like, why didn't you tell me this? These are important things I need to know. You know, she was always wondering why couldn't she ever go to his, you know, where he was from and stuff like that. It's kind of like, you could have just let me know, but he didn't want to, which is making it worse. So after that, the storytelling, they just keep proceeding. Nothing much really happens till they get there, and Unalaq tells Korra that she needs to go into the place alone and find the portal and open it, because this will bring back, you know, the southern light, and the spirits will dance in the skies once again. So she goes in there. She gets chased by spirits right away when she gets into this, I guess you can say, I'll call it a tunnel. And she doesn't know what to do. She fights it off for a little bit, and then she goes Avatar State. Because at first she was trying to figure out, how can I open this portal? She's trying to do fire, water, and it's like nothing is happening. The portal won't open. Which is another problem with Korra. She doesn't use her head a lot. She never really had to. She's always had assistance and stuff like that. So in spirits, I really hope she has to do a lot of stuff alone, more so, where she has to really use her head to defeat these spirits, especially since they can change forms, and they're going to be a lot more difficult than Iman ever was. And yeah, that's going to be pretty sick. But she goes Avatar State while she's getting tied up by the spirits, puts her hand out and touches the spirit portal, and it opens. The spirits disappear, and then the skies just light up, and it's beautiful. And then, you know, everybody's admiring, like, you know, the sky. Thanrak takes off at that point, because he takes off before she enters the tunnel, because he's like, I don't want to see this, you know. He just goes, and then when he looks up in the sky, you know, transition after she opens the portal, he's like, she did it. And now he's starting to get some belief in her, and she comes out, everybody welcomes him. I forgot to also mention about Bolin. He has a girlfriend, almost, I guess you could say, Eska, which is twins with Desna, which is a boy. It's so weird, Haku swag type of thing off Naruto. And simply amazing. It's just too funny. She's all like, oh, why are you making physical contact with a woman? That's not her, basically. And she's really weird, really weird. Nothing, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, overall that's what happens. Then it transitions to the ending of the episode where we see Unalaq and Korra looking over and sees all the northern ships, and she's like, well, why are all these ships here? And Unalaq was like, there's much more to be done. That was just the beginning, and now we really need to go a lot further if we want the southern and northern people of the Water Tribe to come together. So overall, that is the review for the episode. It was amazing. I mean, some little, parts trying to just fill in, trying to get some character designs there and here, but overall, I can't complain. I love the season opener. Now, not all reviews will be this detailed and, long, since this was the season opener, it was an hour long, but let me know what you thought of the opener. We be basically, ready for the next episode, and yeah, I'm out.